I want to talk a little bit about our desires and what we want for ourselves versus what others think that we should want. Though for me, here lately, I have been feeling very isolated. I don't know any other way to explain it. But like the things that I desire is just not, I don't know, normal, I guess, from what most people desire. So a good example is like I have zero desire to be married again. I don't have a desire to have children. I don't even have a desire to be in a relationship with anyone. Like I just want to do me and I want to basically be myself and not be influenced by others, if that makes sense. Like when I'm in a relationship, I tend to almost meld with whoever I'm with and become one with whoever that is. And I always end up losing myself. So I've just realized that that's not something that I want. I want to figure out who I am and what I'm doing and where I want to go. So in my desires, like my only desire right now is to be free. I just want to be free. And that's, ultimately, I just want to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for as long as I want, and be as generous I desire, right? And that involves me figuring out a way to become financially free, because that's one of the first steps for me, is to figure out financial freedom, so that I no longer have to go somewhere that I don't want to be and have to pretend that I want to be there or that I'm passionate about being there or something like that, something to that effect. So I feel very isolated because everybody I know and everybody I talk to, their desires and their goals is to have like a perfect happy marriage, to have a couple kids, and to buy a house. Like I don't even care about buying a house. I have no desire to buy a house. I just want to live as cheap as possible, and just be free. So that doesn't necessarily involve having a house. It doesn't matter whether I have a house or not. And like I said, that's why I feel so isolated, because I don't really know anybody else who thinks this way or wants the same things that I want, or if it even really matters. But like I just don't really have anybody that I can talk to or bounce ideas off of, because there's nobody I know that is even thinking this way. Is anybody out there thinking this way? I mean, I feel like most people's desires are just the desires of what society says that you should want. The happy marriage with the couple kids, with the house in the suburbs, and this career that makes them feel special. I don't know. It's just weird for me to almost look outside of it all, even of what I want, and just realize how much we are influenced by society and others. And I'm trying not to like let it get me down in any way. And I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing and pursuing, my goals and what I'm trying to do. But I get affected by others and what they think and what I can tell that they think, right? Like sometimes I know that it feels like people take pity on me, that I don't want the things that they want, or that I should want the things that they want, and I'd like to say that it doesn't affect me, but I'm empathetic enough to feel those thoughts from them, and then it's, so as much as I can block it out, it still affects me. So I don't know. It's just a surreal. It's been a surreal for me lately, of feeling so isolated yet but yet surrounded by people. And I don't know. Just this thing is kind of purpose of what this is, and me creating these videos, is I just don't really have anybody to talk to about this stuff, and it's almost like when I'm talking to the camera and whoever watches it helps me to get out how I feel and the things that I want without feeling the judgments of somebody who doesn't understand what I'm trying to do and just aren't on the same page. So I don't know. Does anybody else feel isolated like that? Does anybody else have desires that are counter to what you should want based upon what everybody wants? Like even your parents, like they're wanting you to have children so they can have grandkids, stuff like that. Like, I don't know. How do you feel?